The best alien had made his debut, but everything seemed to indicate that this wouldn't be enough. Krabs is hiding something very dangerous. Without much more to say, I'll stay quiet for a month and present to you episode number 5 of Absolute Ben 10. Feedback had arrived to rescue Gwen, although on Krabs' face there was only astonishment since he had realized that Ben can use the Omnitrix. This caused him some uncertainty, so he decided to act before it was too late. His arm extended and captured Feedback in an instant. After all this waiting, I deserve a little entertainment. The crab had confidence in his power and showed it easily, lifting Feedback and throwing him to the ground like a simple rag. Don't worry about your cousin, I know some guys who pay a lot of money for human meat. While he was talking, one of Feedback's antennas was stealthily moving in to attack. Beginner, I could say the same. From the ground, Feedback extended his antenna and embedded it in the crab. Was the crab receiving all the power of the alien? There were a lot of screams, but among them, they turned into laughter. The attack didn't seem to cause any kind of damage. Feedback was stunned. Krabs detached the connector from his body and used it as a lethal blow that broke the floor. Even with Feedback and everything, the crab only asked for one thing, to continue the battle, but Feedback seemed finished. He had blood in his mouth. These were moments we could never have imagined. In the background, two beings were witnessing the battle. They looked at each other and didn't know whether to act or get to safety. One mentioned a cabin where there seemed to be a chance to escape, but the other quickly said that it was a death trap. Both decided to leave without taking action. Elsewhere on the lake, they show us the cabin with something unusual inside. A small explosion woke up Gwen. She was amazed. She found herself there, but inside some kind of alien capsule. The crab had put her there to imprison her. The whole place was on fire. Gwen had to act fast. She tried to calm herself down and encouraged herself. She knew she could do it. The whole place fell silent as something inside Gwen awakened. Her eyes had changed. Mechania Discomulus. Gwen was using magic to escape from Krabs' prison. She had drawn a rune on one hand, and with the other, she was using the power to destroy the force field. She seemed to suffer while doing it, but in the end, she succeeded. Gwen had escaped. She was safe. She thanked Hob. Although we still don't know if she's Charmcaster, the big guy seems busy. Wait, Ben? I'm coming. Gwen and her magic were about to intervene in a battle that Ben was losing. This is how the 5th chapter of Absolute Ben 10 ends. This is one of the most action-packed chapters that Absolute has given us. Finally, we get to witness Ben's first fight with his aliens, although it's really surprising that he was defeated without even hurting his opponent. There are two characters who could be Finn, the human, and someone who looks like Grandpa Max, and Gwen. Finally, the hidden power he had has awakened. Everything is about to change, and we have to do an analysis worthy of this episode. The battle of Feedback versus Krabs, if we can even call it a battle, left me somewhat indignant and angry. First, because in reality, this only lasted 2 hits from the enemy and 1 attack from Feedback to end it like that. That's not a battle, it's a massacre. And the second thing is that knowing that Krabs is a mechanical alien, as we've been shown so far, the attacks from an electric alien or any kind of electricity could already affect him. And this hasn't even tickled Krabs. It's understood that in this reality, Ben has just found the Omnitrix. He's actually with it, using it for about 2 hours or so. He has no idea how his aliens and their powers work. We know that, it's understandable. Even so, he's been able to use the power of XLR8 and even Feedback. He's done well. This attack should have knocked him out. A poll was conducted in the channel's community. Who would win in a one-on-one battle, Feedback or Krabs? The result was overwhelming. Feedback won with 97%. And yes, Feedback completely dominates him. He could take him out for lunch, dinner, breakfast, and snacks for at least 2 or 3 years. In Ben 10, Feedback is one of the best aliens, and I started to evaluate every battle he's had, and against every mechanical enemy or anyone with robotic parts, Feedback has brought them to their knees. And without even trying, even Ultimate Humongousaur had trouble with an attack from this alien. Krabs was also given a respective follow-up, and watching the reboot Krabs, who was the most overpowered, he ran away. When seeing an electric alien like Shock Rock in the Absolute Ben 10 comic, they were presenting the aliens to us as a superior version. It will be interesting to see how this battle continues. Will they redeem themselves with Feedback or reveal a secret power Krabs brought to Earth? Two strange characters appeared for a few seconds in the comic. This character reminds us a lot of Finn, the human from Adventure Time, while the other has a slight resemblance to a young Grandpa Max. For a moment I thought they could be these characters, but then I remembered something important from the comic. In the first chapter we saw someone who looked like Rex and Ben from Ben, 10 Omniverse, who in this case were Cash and JT, but with jackets similar to these. They're simply tributes made to these characters, which I think is pretty nice. Nothing out of this world, no secondary characters from other universes, nothing like that, just epic cameos. Gwen has finally awakened her magic. Throughout these episodes, there was a suspicion that Gwen could do this. What was unexpected is that she mentioned Hope, who is actually Charmcaster. During the spell she casts, she mentioned something important, which is that this is only a basic spell. Apparently Gwen is in a very advanced state when it comes to magic. The spell she uses belongs to the Bessel spells, which we saw in the original series, when she created Lucky Girl. It's reassuring to know that Gwen has powers and can use them. This will start to give her more prominence and she'll actually be a help to Ben. Right now, Ben needs her and he's going all out in the battle. What could she do against Krabs? It's a bit debatable, since if she already defeated her at the beginning, I wouldn't put much hope in more. By giving Ben a little time to react again with feedback and a constructive criticism related to the Absolute Ben 10 comic, I think feedback is getting a bit out of control. At first, he took a direct attack from Krabs and nothing happened to him, but moments later he's destroyed by just 2 simple attacks from this enemy. Now I'm really surprised that Gwen, when she saw a giant robotic crab, wasn't able to use these powers. Her magic, which I actually hope she didn't use, because if she already used them and still lost, she has nothing to do in the final battle. The creator has 3 comics being published. He's trying to release a chapter every 15 days, give or take a little more. Creating the script for the story is one step, drawing them is another step. It's a tiring task, and I really hope he can get them in order. Much respect to Doug and his projects. I know that with a little time, he'll be able to bring us some wonderful stories. We're all looking forward to seeing how this gets resolved. You get to choose the next video, the long-awaited Ben 10 Galvin video game with all his powers, with all his aliens, with everything, absolutely everything, or an informational video about when it's going to be released. The official Ben 10 comic Mave of Action has released several statements, which could work well for a spoiler video. They're also making a Ben 10 video game. Remember that as a member, you have priority to vote here and in the polls that appear in the community. Starting from the next video, members will appear at the beginning, so if you still want to join these amazing people and be part of this, we're waiting for you here with these incredible machines. I'll say goodbye now. Remember, I'm Frio 10,000 mil and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.